Alright guys, different kind of video here, but we're going to see how it goes. I don't normally edit my videos at 4 o'clock in the morning, but this is when I'm doing this one. Enjoying a nice cup of coffee, and we're going to talk about what we got going on here. So, I normally see a bunch of coyotes in this pasture, and I wanted to point out some things to get your thoughts on it, but just to show you what I'm seeing personally. In the middle of the screen, you can see that fence row right there in the middle of your screen. I'm not sure how well it's going to show up or if you can tell, but that is the lowest point in all of this. I'm going to bring the drone down here to try and point this out. But every time that I see the coyotes in this pasture, they are coming from this direction. And if you look to the left there, you'll see the cows and everything. And again, that wood line right there, it's like that they're coming from those woods. But I want to point out these two drainage ditches that y'all see, these two low spots that lead out into the pasture. A coyote does not want to crest a hill. A coyote does not want to silhouette itself, right? It doesn't want its outline to stand out. So a coyote is going to use the lowest points possible to access a pasture. And I'd heard that before on YouTube, and in this pasture specifically, I've seen it firsthand several times. The coyotes will hug this fence line right here where you see these trees, or they will be coming up through those drainage ditches that I showed y'all. And I really think that once I have a chance to put some traps out here, this is going to be a hot spot, because excuse me, these woods that you see right here, these are this is WMA land, and the rules for this particular acreage, I guess, section of WMA land, is that you can only bow hunt. And this back part that we're looking at here is a long ways away from any type of access. So pretty much the coyotes are just, they have free reign. You know, they're not pressured at all. But you can see those two ditches right there, those two lines, it looks like, in the middle of your screen. You have the low one, and then you have the high one. And I have walked those before, and they are absolutely loaded with tracks. And they are the low points of these pastures. You can see the river back there. So finding these spots, if you're trapping coyotes in pasture, finding these spots is essential. Again, you can see another low spot right here, but this time it's an intersection where it splits off. Another great spot to put traps. And like I said, every time that I see these coyotes, they are near these ditches here. And I'm just willing to bet that they are using these ditches to access this field, to get as close as they can. Get as far as they can, I should say, inside of these pastures without being spotted. 1 second, I want to take a sip of coffee. So I'm going to fly the drone back out here, and we're going to take a look at something that I think they're coming to visit, which I know they're coming to visit because I've seen them numerous times. And the spot that we're flying over right here, this part is visible from the highway because it's like a hill, a rolling hill, and you can kind of see up through here. So this is where I see the coyotes a pretty good bit. Now you're going to start to see some what are hay bales. They're in the center top of your screen now. And as we get closer, you'll see just how prime of a spot I think this is. When a coyote comes out into these pastures, they are looking for mice and just rodents and small birds and stuff. And this is a prime spot, just a prime spot. If you have a spot that has mice, you better believe that coyotes, bobcats, they're coming out there to check it out. So I'm going to fly in a little closer here. And at this point, I mean, I really want y'all's opinion on what y'all think about this. This is just rows of old hay bales. And I would like to know how y'all would set this up. What y'all think? I mean, it'd be a perfect spot for blind sets, I think, in between the rows. But no doubt coyotes are coming over here and they're checking this spot out. At least I've seen coyotes all around it. I haven't seen them in this hay before, but I've seen them all around it. So that's my opinion, is that they're coming over here to check all this out. And my first thought is just to put in blind sets, like I said. There's the woods where they're coming from. And I'm trying to show y'all I'm trying to show y'all kind of like how it's bowled out. Where I'm flying at now, it is still the low spot. And it's bowled out. So it's high on the left and the right. And this is pretty much where I see the coyotes every time coming from the woods right here, using this low point to access those hay bales. You'll start to see this fence line here and the ditch that runs on it, another prime spot for some sets to go. And it's pretty much just a matter of time. Whenever I get time to go set this, I think it's going to be a really good spot. Obviously, they're already there because I've seen them there. But that's what I really just wanted to point out. If y'all are trapping pastures, find your low spots. Find the low spot in the pasture and start with that. As you can see, all these cow trails coming into this intersection right here on this corner. This is the same corner that we looked at a second ago. This is going to be a prime spot. We're going to follow this back until it hits the wood line. And again, this part I have walked, and it is absolutely loaded with tracks. The farmer who owns these cows actually told me they had to stop letting the cows calve in this particular pasture right here that's next to the woods, because coyotes were so bad at harassing the cows and the calves that they had to stop letting the cows calve in this pasture. So a very low drainage point right here. This is where your coyotes are going to be entering the field. And if you look up there to your left, now at the center of the screen, you'll see another low spot that's similar to the one that we're leaving. These 2 points, that's where your coyotes are going to be entering your field. They're going to enter from the lowest spot possible. And they're going to get into that pasture as far as they can before they crest, before they come out, because they're trying to get as close to whatever they're hunting as possible. Again, another prime spot. So if you're trapping on pasture, even if you're hunting pasture for coyotes, these are the spots you need to be looking for. And you can see pretty good right there how it's bowled out. And these are pretty much just Coyote Highways. And lucky for me, I'm able to confirm this because I'm out here a lot on this particular property. And it's nothing to see coyotes out here. All right, guys.
Y'all saw the video that I posted before this, like the aerial view. And I wanted to show y'all like a ground view now. So y'all know the woods back there. We saw that from the drone. And I haven't seen the coyotes up here, but I see coyotes back there all the time between the woods and this. So they harass these cows. Well, not the full-grown cows. They're after that afterbirth. Whenever these cows calve, then coyotes are really bad to come in here after the afterbirth. But they harass the cows or whatever. So we know they're coming in here. We've seen them multiple times. I would be sitting back there, but the cows are pretty close to this pasture right here, and there's some concern that the cows would get in my traps or whatever. So that's the landowner's concern, so we're just gonna abide by that. And hopefully once those cows get further away, we'll be able to trap along that trench or drainage ditch that you saw from the drone. But we're just like looking. I'm gonna start on the edge, on the perimeter, and kind of work my way in to see if there's any type of sign. But coyotes will definitely come to a spot like this because what they eat is out here. This right here is no doubt loaded with mice, and that's a big part of coyotes' diet, and they're all in one confined space right here. So I'm fairly confident that coyotes visit this location. So even if I don't see any sign, I'm probably going to put a few sets in here just to see what happens. But I was hoping to find anything that would let me know for certain that they're coming in here. Plenty warm today for a snake. Also, snakes would love this because of the mice. But anyway, I'm not going to video this whole thing. I'm just basically looking around. I wanted to show y'all what it was like down here since y'all saw an aerial view. Be some good spots for walkthrough sets, no doubt. I guess that's the main thing I wanted to show y'all, to see like where would y'all set a trap in this. All this is old hay bales. I mean, you don't get no better walkthrough set than that. I mean, there's just row after row after row. So if I find anything interesting, I'll definitely bring y'all back. But tell me what you would do in this scenario. We got some kind of den right here. Oh, that could be a variety of things. There's a lot of skunks around here. Could be skunk. Possum, armadillo, any of that. So I'm trying to look and see, or trying to remember. I wonder if I can show y'all. Okay, so y'all see, yeah, y'all see that divot right there? I think that is the point where that big drainage is. So from that point right there, it comes up. I bet you I may walk over there to that fence to see if I can pick up on any trails or anything coming over here. This does have an electric fence on it, so I don't want to get shocked. I get shocked plenty. I don't like it. So if you have trapped specifically in hay bales before, what kind of set would you put in? Would you even fool with this? Y'all may not even fool with it. Y'all may be out there in the pasture somewhere with your sets, which I would be too, like I said, if I could get close enough without cows being an issue. But that's a concern. So we're not gonna fool with it. So I'm not seeing any scat or anything like that. I thought that I might see some scat or some footprints or something. It'd be hard to see footprints in this. You're not gonna be able to see where they're coming up under the fence because this barbed wire is so high that a coyote wouldn't drag that. Yeah, interesting setup, no doubt. All right, so tell me what y'all think. The hot spots out there, I do think that this is a destination that they come into, especially if I'm seeing them all the time. Right here. Just makes sense that they'd be visiting this. But let me know what y'all think about that. And that's it. So, quick little video. Wanted to just kind of just like a follow-up to the aerial footage that y'all saw. Let me know what you think. See y'all on the next one.